¿Qué pasa, everyone? It's Linda G, Comancho Psycho. How you doing? Welcome to YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. I got this little background thing because it blocks that sun and anybody walking through. But as you can see, that sun wants to peek right through. It's a beautiful morning here, May 2nd, 2021. And I'm going to pick the two winners first off, and you guys sent me questions. I was supposed to do this last night, but I was watching that movie, The Quiet Place. Jesus, edge of my seat again. I've watched it before, but I forgot. Quiet Place 2 is coming out. So I'm going to reach in and pick out two winners for me. You're going to text me at Grindel9103 at gmail.com, and then I'll book you in June. End of June, because of the first week I'm going to be in Sedona. I'm so excited. Okay, number one. KW, prefix or area code 843. KW. Area code 843. Second one. Oh, this is a long one. Leslie G, area code 630. Leslie J, sorry. Area code 630. Area code 630. Okay. So those are the two raffle winners for the month of May, and I'll be reading you in June. Okay. So Sedona is going forward. I sent Tanda the last, the total amount of people I had to refund was $65,000. That's not including that little Benicia event we were going to do. That's another 10. So 70-something thousand. I don't know how I did it because I had already paid Mago $70,000. And then I think this year alone, 2021 is 35,000. And so I just don't know. I know we still have tickets, but at this point, it's just too hard for me to deal with. Some more people at the very last minute are canceling, but there's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. I'll have to wait till after the event, see what I get back. But that's a lot of money, you guys. I don't know how I did it. I didn't take out a loan. I paid this. So it's just so weird that I was at last time though, not doing it again. I know COVID was part of the reason, but I'm not doing it again. So don't expect me for next year unless someone takes care of it and does my travel and gets me out there, but I'm not doing it again. Okay, so you guys have some questions, and I really had a cool question even earlier I wanted to tap into. Everybody's asking me about Lacey Peterson. I thought that was a good question. Lacey Peterson. You know, her husband is on death row, or there's no longer a death row, but I guess he got a retrial, or he's going to get a retrial. That was such a sad story. She was like 9 months pregnant, and they found a baby on the shore. Because I guess, you know, when your body starts to go, the baby is flattened and pushes out. So they found this baby, and then they found her body, but they never found her head. But they had all kinds of proof, the boat he took out to drop her and the cement and all that. So yes, he did take her life. Sorry. Yes, he did take her life. She's saying that. She has her son with her, so he's not a little tiny thing. He's more a child. They grow over there too. We decrease if we go over there really old, which is good news. And we increase if we go as a child. Some do, some don't. Some remain in the child position. Lacey, how are you doing? She's beautiful. She's really smiling. I guess Scott's mother, remember the woman that had the O2 in her, I think she's apologized to Lacey because on the other side, she found out beyond a reasonable doubt that that he murdered her. The only saving grace is she barely knew she was going to die. I don't know what he did. He came in from behind her. And then remember, he had that girlfriend. He was faking it like he was calling her from someplace. He was having a great time. Oh my God, the police and her, they were just, oh, she let him babysit her kid. Oh my God. So anyway, he's not going to get away with this. There's justices not only in the human form, but in the spiritual form. I had a friend whose son was in school doing, what do you call? He wanted to be working in law, and he did ride-alongs with the police and stuff. But he went to San Quentin and he saw him, and he said the look on his face was sheer evil. He was just standing there looking. So he's kind of a whack job. And by that, I mean, I feel like he's really mentally ill. And he reminds me of that energy, like with Trump, like this narcissistic, it's all about him. He never quite tells the truth. He's always been a liar. Lacey is very clear to me that he did take her life, or at least he thought he was. There is no end of life. She's smiling. She's so very sorry about the absolute devastation her family has. And she's saying what you say, Linda, so that's what's not me, it's my guys. But she said, give it no more power. Give him no more power. Yes, we're furious that he ended my life so young. Because as devastating as it would have been that he was a cad, she would have gone on. Her parents would have helped her. She could have gone on. But it was easier to get rid of her. He wanted her out of the way. Like that Susan something. Remember, she killed her 2 little boys. Oh, it's terrible. Just because that guy said he wasn't into kids. Jesus, I don't understand that. They may have another trial. Hold on. But it's not going to, he's still guilty. He's still guilty. I see some people who have talked to him, maybe he wanted to write a book about him. And initially he said yes, and then they were like, he had first choice or to see what they said. And when he saw what they said, he's like, no. Because he's out to lunch. He's not a very healthy man. And Lacey's telling me that she knew that. She could tell there were some things. He was definitely somebody that you didn't really know. He definitely acted like he cared. And there was some darkness in him that she saw, that she didn't express to her family, because I don't think it was all sunshine lollipops. Okay, so now she's telling me there was an argument before he killed her. Somehow or the other, she found out, or she knew he was seeing somebody. I don't know what this is about. But she went and walked away. She was very upset. She was crying. And then he hit her over the back of the head. And he worked on adrenaline after that. Didn't care about that baby. Oh, it's just terrible. Lacey, we love you. We send grace and love towards you. Not that you need it, because you're standing in a brilliant light. God bless you. Okay, so from the other side does, oh, hold on. 1 second, you guys. I'm going to put this on pause. I was almost starting to read Sterling's questions, who I'm doing at 10 o'clock. It's 9:05 now. I'm like, wait a second. No, this is Sterling's questions. Okay, so Carol wants to know if Rudy's going to show up in court in a wheelchair and showing signs of dementia. He already has some signs. He's pickled his brain a little bit. He's not all that healthy. He's speaking in circles. He's talking in circles. So what's the outcome of Rudy? Just out of curiosity. I normally don't throw my cards, but let's do a quick card check. I felt the minute I heard that happening, that there's more that's coming out that we don't even know about. Okay. Or maybe we've heard rumor, but there's more coming out. That's what I felt. Okay, oh, that's funny. What's going to happen with Rudy? Tell me what's going to happen with Rudy. The outcome is he's really going to struggle. The outcome is he's really going to struggle, you guys. Let me ask this real quick on my pendulum. Is Rudy going to turn on Trump? Absolutely, yes. It's a little ways in there, though. He's thrashing about. I see him really worried. I see him walking with people. I see him needing some, like, protection, because some of the stuff that's coming out is going to really infuriate people. Yeah. And don't forget, you guys, my guides told me quite a while ago that there was definitely going to be Trump being proved, and they're saying it on Twitter now, Trump being proved that he was a traitor, so he wasn't really a true president. I'm telling you, I'm not quite sure the time frame, because you know time frames are no good, but actually they'll show beyond a reasonable doubt that he was in on it with Putin. I mean, it's so obvious. He wasn't going to say anything negative about Putin, wasn't going to do anything negative about Putin. That's just, you know, how it goes. Yeah, so more stuff is coming out, because people are writing me like, when, Linda? My God, all the insurgents and everything, all that's coming out. Can you give me some sort of summer? Feels hot outside. Feels like a lot of things are taking place. So we're in May now, so maybe June, July. You know, time frames aren't good for me. Okay, but just like that thing with India, God bless those sweet people. Plus, don't forget our prayer Tuesday. I'm going live on Tuesday. I got 8 pages already, and I still got 145 more prayers to log. I've got, so we're going to do prayer Tuesday live, and let's pray for India too. But I will tell you that I remember distinctly President Trump being with this big group of people from India. Do you guys remember that was a bit of a crowd? The COVID had just started, and I remember thinking, uh-oh, it's going to take off like fire in India, because I had a bad feeling about India. But then they had some, but you didn't hear about it anymore. So I thought, okay. But I remember seeing that. I don't know if my guides told me that, or if that was just a hit I got, but I felt it. And then now this is happening. It's terrible. Even Russia's sending them some vaccines. So when will this calm down? Okay, my guides are saying, please pray for the people of India. It's very sad. Very sad. It will calm down, but it's like a month or 2 away. People are desperate. I see money, like some sort of corruption. So I do see people being able to buy their way in to get the vaccine. They're so desperate. Of course, the poor suffer the most. Okay, so Angelita wants to know, give us an update on the treasonous General Flynn brothers. Thank you, Angelita. Yeah, Flynn is already knowing. Michael Flynn, he's already knowing stuff's coming down. He's pacing. He's pacing. He knows something's going down. And his brother is really upset. His brother knows this could cost him big time. And then what did Michael Flynn do? He got out, he got pardoned, and he's out there talking, tear down the house, you know, talking insurrection, treasonous insurrection. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit hard. His brother won't be as bad. I don't know why that is. Maybe he takes the hit and says, leave my brother out of it. I don't know. But I do feel like, yes, justice is coming. But remember what my guides always say, as much as we want to see it, we have to be careful about judging them. I know that sounds crazy, but it helps you spiritually. You don't have to forgive them. You don't have to forget. I'm just saying, just look up at the sky and say, thank you, because I know this will be completed. They set this up on their own. This will be completed. Just like with Trump, don't worry, it's going to be completed. He's talking about doing some more events. He may, not very many, because a lot of cities won't take him back because he owes them so much money and he has to pay out his own money. And you know how he is about that. Right now, he's having to pay a lot out for his attorneys and stuff. Oh, there's big money problems coming up for him too. Don't forget, I told you that Mar-a-Lago and everything is going away. He's going to New Jersey because the Mar-a-Lago people are saying, you can't live here. So he will divide his time. He's trying to divide his time. So he'll be at his other place. So he's getting ready to lose a lot. Carol had said, I wonder if he'll show up in a wheelchair or diagnosed as a dementia. I think he already has a little bit. He's trying hard not to go down that hill. But I do feel, you know, he's kind of losing it. Okay. Has karma finally come to Matt Gaetz and Rudy G? Well, it's not. They don't have pardons. You guys asked about that before. They don't have pardons. I'm trying to block that sunlight. They don't have pardons, you guys. Doesn't look like I have a halo on my head. They do not have pardons. I heard that loud and clear. They're trying, that Matt Gaetz is trying to act like that guy that did the True Confessions is full of it. They're working on it, you guys. He's about ready to go down. Can I just take a quick look? Tell me about Matt Gaetz. Everybody's sitting here in the wings with their popcorn. You know, it's just was so, this is what's going on. It was so unjust, the things that Trump did and his minions. It was so painful to watch. It was like, this is the United States of America. Why would you guys do this kind of stuff? And right now, how the Republicans are acting about the New Deal and all that. Oh, well, they're just not fiscally responsible, and they're expecting all this money for things we don't need, like children care or broadband. And somebody on the news today was saying, you know, the people like in Wyoming, they have long distances between places and they could use some broadband and some help with their children. And these people, this is what I got. Do not forget this. And I could be wrong, but I think it's my guides. I think I'm tapping in. But I'm feeling like these people that all we're gonna, and this blocking the vote is hurting the Republicans too. I'm going to tell you right now, this is wonderful because I see the Democrats so upset. They're going to turn this around, but I see them so upset that like a tidal wave couldn't stop them. They'll get on that canoe and they're going to get out there and vote. So, but what I saw is that a lot of the people, the Republicans who are creating this chaos and not speaking for the constituents, acting y'all don't need nothing. We're Trumpsters and we're going to stand by them. I see them changing their minds and voting them out. That's what I saw. I also want to mention Mitt Romney. It's so weird he came in my head. They were booing him like crazy in Utah, his constituents, because he turned on Trump. He actually had to stop talking. He's trying to act Republican again, but it's hard. because it was true that his character was bad and he couldn't have done what he did. So how is this going to affect Mitt Romney? Funny how Utah with all those religious people could be so judgmental, huh? I see him looking out. I see him looking out over a vista, a beautiful vista. So it's like he's taking time out. I also want to tell you that the people that showed up to boo him showed up deliberately just to boo him. That there's actually people that think he did the right thing and they're just being quiet about it. So Mitt, what's going to happen to you? He's very heartbroken by all this because he thought he was standing up to the truth. In time, it will heal. I was hoping because of this, maybe he'll start voting more towards Dems that are presenting things instead of going against. I felt, and it's a shame he's like this because he plays both sides of the fence. I felt his godliness, his ability to tap into universal force, knew that Trump shouldn't have done this. He knew Trump shouldn't have done this. But there's that other part about him, because there's some things I think he thought would be good for our nation, but he voted against it because of the Republicans, because he needed to be on their side. And now he's going to pay for it anyway. So whatever. But the outcome for him is actually good. He's celebrating. So he's staying in the house and he's looking at his, there'll be some sort of book he's going to write or something to do with choosing the right road. How long is Trump going to have a grip on these people? It's almost like sickening. How long is Trump going to have a grip on these people? Someone just said, long enough. Will he be gone by the end of this year? However gone, jail or whatever. See, the thing is, every time I start looking at that, I keep getting courts. I keep seeing him sitting before a judge. So there's a lot of stuff coming up that even the Republicans have to stand down. And they won't stand down on him, no matter how. I mean, they were talking about Kamala Harris had dated a married man. Well, I knew the man that she dated, and he'd been separated for some time. He just didn't bother getting divorced like a lot of men do. And he probably helped her career. I worried that they would bring that up. But then you're going to compare it to someone who paid hookers, you know. So where's your line, buddy? Give me your moral line. Yeah, she dated someone, but he lived on his own. He had his own place. He loved his wife. I don't know if they even got divorced, but he was free to do what he wanted. And she knew this too, but listen, come on, give me a break. This is 2021. This isn't the 1800s. How long is he going to last? Here's the coffin. Here he is. Justice will come for him. Justice will come for him. The angel of light and mercy standing there. Justice will come for him. And he's not going to be feeling well. So he might be so busy in the battle with the swords and saying things that people are looking at him going, I think this guy's gone off his rocker. Justice will come for him. He's a little afraid too. He kind of knows stuff's coming down, you guys. There's more than we know. This whole Russia thing is really going to hit him. Although the ones, the Trumpsters say, I'd rather be Russian than American or have a Democrat or something. Okay, so Oh, and that Marie Yovanovitch, remember when I read her back in the day? And I said, oh, listen, he's going to pay. Rudy's going to pay. He will pay for that. He'll pay for what he did in a legal sense. Okay, so Cat Bill said, Mom always says that when a deceased loved one comes to her in a dream, it's an omen for a living loved one that something will happen. Or is it that they are just saying they are okay? Mom is Native American, if that's part of the heritage. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not feeling that they've come to warn. Sometimes if they come to warn, they'll literally say, I'm coming to tell you, look out for this, or they give it to you in some sort of a dream format. But lots of times it's just a visit. They'll come through and they'll visit. Sometimes the message is, I love you. So, someone said, can you tell me? Now, see how long till Rudy gets arrested? It feels like it's coming, but I can't tell you when. But it feels sooner than later. Might be the end of this month. Linnea said there was a 6.8 earthquake in Japan. Yeah, the earthquakes are going. The earthquakes are going, you guys. There's a lot more up here around the California coast. And there was like 3 or 4 at the Oregon coast. So yeah, we're getting ready to rumble. But I'm not feeling Armageddon. I'm not feeling San Andreas fault kind of energy. Will social media be restrained? This is from Jasmine. From spreading political and medical misinformation anytime soon. It's so frustrating. I have an uncle who returned home this week after being in the hospital, ICU, then nursing home since November due to COVID. He's still in denial that it was COVID. You know what? You can't, you can bring the lambs to the trough, but you can't make them drink. They're lambs. It's interesting how this is a weird hit I got the other day. I felt like my guides were saying that this ugliness, this energy, it's almost like zombie. It's almost like that Z movie with Brad Pitt. It's like we're watching these people turn into zombies, but they always were infected. Does that make sense? It's not, it's like an infection. And it's like they're getting filtered out because there won't be no overnight peace, love, dove, kumbaya. This is a kind of a last draw that's happening with these cray-crays and these white nationalist kind of energy. It's sort of the last things. They're so busy trying to hold on. Because if you think about it, as far as white people are concerned, I know more great white people every day. I mean, there's so many that have woke up that say, oh my God, this is crazy. So you can't just say white people are this. No, it's a certain infected branch of them. And there's more of us than there are of them. So don't worry about it, you guys. It's an infection. They're trying to bite others. They're trying to make people pay. Trump is just a leader, but he just knows how to play the cards. He knows how to rile them up. He works off of disinformation, and so don't worry about it. Will we get any more stimulus checks? Not right now. I see them wanting to do more. I think that people with children are getting some breaks. I see them wanting to do more, but it feels like you can only push so much with those reputes. You can only push so much. But I think in 2022, you're going to be surprised at the changes that take place. And then it's like we're wide open. And then everybody can go through. And I see some more help. There's even going to be help with student loans. So will the social media be restrained? Well, they kind of are now, but it's going to happen more in 2022. I just upgraded my iPhone to the new thing they have that Facebook was so upset because, Facebook was taking our information without our permission and using it, selling it. And now that this new thing comes up, you have the option of saying, no, I don't want to be followed, or, and Facebook is saying, oh, we're going to lose all kinds of, well, whatever. Monica wants to know how bad the earthquake's going to be in California. I felt a good side shaker, maybe even up to a 6, but nothing. I do see some damage and stuff, but I'm not feeling like half the California falls into the ocean. It's good though. It's sort of a wake up call. Like I told you, next month I'm getting this house put again, into the foundation. I'm having it secured, and money well spent. I just want to be okay. And, be sure to save canned goods, get your bottles of water. But it feels like if we're inconvenienced, it may be 4 or 5 days, even to get the power back up. I went through Loma Prieta, and all the nursing staff got called back to the hospital I worked at. And that hospital was on wheels, but they up on the 9th floor, labor and delivery, they had huge cracks in the wall. It was kind of scary. And a lot of women go into labor when an earthquake hits, something about the pressure dropping. But after an earthquake hits too, be sure to wear mask coverings or something, because sometimes what's coming up from down below the earth can be a little toxic. It was just such a weird feeling, and you'll get a lot of aftershocks after that. But I see news media, everybody all around talking about it. But it's not Armageddon. It's not the end yet. The earth is shifting on its axis as we speak. This is why people are feeling just off. And me too, when, I've gone through that. By the way, it's doing good. I'm not having the twirling in my head anymore. But okay. I just feel like California, we got the wood houses and stuff. I'm just not feeling major. I know in Santa Cruz, a brick building collapsed and a young girl died inside of it. And then there was a boy that was hurt. I don't know how he is, by the fireplace chimney falling through the roof down on him. But our biggest thing was the collapse of the freeway. It smashed on top of each other. People were just smashed, but not that many people were out because it was the World Series. So it's going to cause damage. We might even go through that thing when we had that last earthquake. All of a sudden, you couldn't get earthquake insurance. So. Gilda wants to know if the census numbers that they took or were taking place is going to be found fraudulent. Let me take a quick look. It's so funny because I'll hear it and then it's like I get an answer. And I felt like this is going to be reviewed by maybe the Supreme Court, but I feel that they're going to go back and amplify it, because I did my census online. And I remember doing the census years ago, and they asked your occupation and where your family, they didn't ask me any of that. So I might not even be in the census. Someone just said to me, it's a fraud. It's exactly what Trump wanted to do. So what happens? What happens? I'm going to be going pretty soon so I can do our Sterling. Y'all love Sterling. I'm going to be doing Mel tomorrow, Monday. Who else am I doing? I'm going to be doing Joyce All Knowing on her channel at 12 noon. I'm going to be doing Sheila on the 12th with Lena on their channel. I'm going to be doing Debbie and Kim Intuitive View on the 7th, Friday at 4:30 p.m. They're going to have kind of like what we do, Sterling and Andrina and myself do, the famous. I think they can do famous alive. We do dead famous. Oh, by the way, the dogs are losing weight on that new, it's obvious. It's not like, whoa, it's fantastic, but I can tell. And my son came over the other day and he doesn't see him all the time. And he says, Mom, I can tell. But I maybe it's a few pounds, but they look forward to their meal. I'm not giving them snacks, and I told the doc, hey, listen, if this food works for them as a metabolic prescription diet, I said, I want you to put it up for me too. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be battled, if you know what I mean. We're on the battlefield. There's a lot of underhanded, mysterious things going on with it. Yeah, it's going to get cut, you guys. And here's Biden. They're looking into it now. There's a lot of things like we're going, what? Trust me. Biden's just like reality winner. I feel like he'll take care of her, but I feel like he can't do it right now because he's desperately trying to work across the table with Republicans. This is when you need your canned laughter or your drum thing. Really? You think the Republicans, some guy was, and they're just trying to spend, oh my God, the amount of money they want to, when Trump wanted $1 trillion cut for the rich, that was no big deal. So anyway, that's interesting. Lisa said, what does it mean when an ex keeps popping up years later over and over again? Is it fate or do I need to learn something? Well, it feels like there could be some sort of karmic connection, but just because you have a karmic connection doesn't mean you have to be with them. I dream about one particular ex-husband all the time. In fact, he came to me to tell me he was divorcing his then wife before I even knew about it. But I don't talk to him. He just comes to me in dreams. But let me tell you, that whole thing is resolved, done and dusted. And so there's no desire on my end to be anywhere around him. So, but I'm not judging him either. I'm just, it was a mistake. And I've taken my challenge here and what I should do. And I've moved on. Okay. I know. Susie said, Linda, I'm concerned about the way the Republicans are trying to go against everything President Biden wants to do to help the country. But here's the deal. President Biden's numbers are good. Here's the deal. A good 70% of this nation are for a lot of the things he's putting on the table. He's getting stuff done. So of course they want to talk down. They don't want him to be successful, and he's successful. So don't look at that like, the more they squeal and cry, the better it is. Oh, you don't like it? Too bad. He's not going to be able to work across the table right now. I'd like to see Mitt Romney, because he got hit so bad by his constituents, wake up and say, well, what do I got to lose? Let me start voting on behalf of the Dems. Will the real estate bubble burst? I want to buy a home in Florida. This is C. Some low-end housing. Yeah, don't worry, it'll burst. Now listen, you guys. I have a friend who just bought a house for her. This is that beautiful girl, Kate, that I'm writing about in my book. My friend Jackie, her daughter Kate died tragically at 19 in a skateboard accident. And when I was reading her, she just met me. And I was reading Jackie at Angel Heart, and I saw her dad. So I'm telling her about her dad, and she's sitting there and she's, yeah. And then all of a sudden I saw this girl with long flowing blonde hair, beautiful head of blonde hair. I said, oh my God. And Jackie has brown hair. I said, oh my God, there's a girl here with long flowing blonde hair. And Jackie said, that's my daughter. And then this girl just started talking to me. And I just started telling her all this stuff. So anyway, she comes back with her son, who they just bought the house for, and her husband. And he's sitting there with his arms crossed and he's listening to me. And I could tell he wasn't quite You know what I'm saying? This guy is a physician, you know, he's not going to believe a lot of this stuff, this hocus pocus. And Kate took the curtain behind me that'd been up there all the years I'd been there. Carol said that thing had never come down. Literally took that curtain and threw it down. And we all sat there. And Jackie looked at her husband and said, "Do you believe her now?" So this young energy form, I've seen her transform on the other side. She's doing so good. So I told Jackie, your son, in fact, I'm remembering all this stuff. Your son is going to meet a girl whose family owns a business, and they will have a little girl. I thought they were going to name the girl after her daughter, but that's not what they named the girl. But this is the story. This girl didn't know she was pregnant. And honest to God, didn't know she was pregnant. Went in thinking she had a bladder infection, telling her mom, you got to take me to the hospital. And she gave birth to this little girl who's just, Elise is her name, just adorable, just a big smile. Jackie is like, you know, she was so sad, and she still is, losing her baby girl. But this granddaughter, and fortunately, it's not that kind of thing where the daughter decides she's going to have her parents look after her. So they got the kid a house so they could have their family live. And I went down to look at the house. She said, "You got to check them out. They're brand spanking new. They're going from 600 to 800,000." I thought, well, I'll just take a look, see, because I put a lot of money in this house, which it would go for a good penny. So I went down there. Everything's 2 stories, and the backyard was about yay. And you know, I got my Lulu and Jack. They need room to take a poop and play with the ball and everything. That wouldn't do. So anyway, so the gal there that runs this little, all these homes that are up for sale, she said, nowadays, new homes are only going 2 stories. You can't get a place. Well, I said, well, my place is 1 story, but it's not new. And she said, you know what? Hold on to it. Those things go like wildfire. So I know that now they were reasonable in their prices, but it's, you know, it's out here where I live in Sonoma. So, but yes, it will go down. So it made me more appreciative of this house I have, because I'm just going to settle in. It's exactly what I need. No stairs. But absolutely, hold on. Okay, so I heard April, so it must be April of next year. President Biden is going to start some sort of game plan of helping or building homes or helping people who are in a home get a home. Some sort of like a new beginner or someone who needs a home. I just saw that. So they'll have even apartments that are reasonable, and homes. They're going to build homes that are reasonable. DeSantos, someone wants to know about DeSantos, Patricia. He's going down. I looked at his face the other day and I saw him just like, he's drinking a lot. I don't know why I got that, but I feel like he's going down. He's going down. A lot of people are mad at him, and he doesn't even realize that. When he goes up to be voted, he's going to lose. Okay. Biden will give relief for the student debt, Lita. I saw that before. I'm standing here to tell you again. And I know some of you guys are going, when. Remember that Biden is making sure, like reality winner, he doesn't want to do anything to upset the Republicans while he's trying to work across the room. He's calling even Republicans to talk to him, but they are so stuck like glue with this Trump is the best. It's a shame. It's a shame. I even see Trump saying, dude, what the hell are you doing? We're talking about people. What the hell did he do? Did you guys see that? Oh, by the way, I'm out of Twitter jail. Did you guys see that thing from the Academy Awards? Trump said, yeah, the Academy Awards numbers were worst ever. And, you know, those movie stars think they're all that and blah, blah, blah. I was glad to see it, or something like that. Okay. Look up, go to Twitter and look up Academy Awards. You'll see it. They responded, oh, yeah, coming from the president of the United States with the worst ever numbers. with the worst ever hair, with the worst ever tan. And they said, you think maybe your numbers are down because you managed to kill off a lot of Americans with COVID? Nobody got to go to the movies. Probably a lot of people didn't watch because they didn't see any of the movies. Oh. Mary wants to know, are we having celestial visitations? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. We are always having them. They're always around. Some are actual celestial, never been on this earth energy forms, and some kind of look like they would be, but they're actually energy from another planet, another universe. We have so much, we little measle ants on this earth. We have so much to learn, you guys. We have so much that they're willing to help us with. All we got to do is be quiet. Just be quiet and listen and allow. And they will come. That you can't, there's my book. Don't forget, Tuesday's our prayer day. I've already done 8 pages of prayers and I still have 145 to go. My sister's going to help me tonight. And be quiet as much as you can. And just breathe. Try not to overthink. Even if you hear something, try not to go, what was that? What say, I'm here. I'm please let me know what I can do to help myself and help mankind. Got to help yourself too. You've got to take the oxygen before you can give it to the next person. So remember, you've got to take a whiff too. So Emily Jansen wants to know about this 3-year-old Native American girl missing in Montana. I know so many Native girls that have been kidnapped. I think she might be in spirit. I'm not feeling her on earth. I'm not feeling her on earth. I think she might be in spirit. I hope I'm wrong. It still seems young, like it feels like they may have kept her for a while. It's not very pretty what I'm seeing, so I hope I'm wrong. Okay. Will the bankruptcy laws be changed? This is from Vila. Absolutely, yes. It'll get changed. It's about a year or so. Remember, a lot of stuff's going to happen after we have our next amount of new people coming in. Harry said he got that. Roberts will kick Kavanaugh off the bench. Could be this May. Can the leader of the justice kick someone off? Because I saw him going. I don't know if it was from Roberts, though. I saw some sort of investigation and I see Congress talking to him. Let me tell you, some of this stuff is old, and I've told you guys this years ago. Just like I told you, Trump would be found to not have been a real president, that he was a traitor. I told you guys this way back in the beginning. And that's about ready to come real. It's going to take a couple of years, but I think before Biden, his term ends, that this will have taken place. It's because you're getting all those sheep off the Congress and Senate. The sheep are getting ready to go. And my cousin that died, he was actually from Texas. His funeral was the other day. I guess he was a Trumpster. It's so sad. Like that person that wrote here said that their uncle got sick and he was like sick since November and he still doesn't believe in it. And look at the vaccine thing. Trump is on there telling everybody, I'm the one that got you the vaccine. Why isn't anybody giving me credit? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have had the vaccine. I made it happen, blah, blah, blah. But then nobody's taking the vaccine. None of his constituents, most of them. So it's interesting. The whole makeup is interesting. Okay, you guys, well, I got to go. I got to get ready for your guy and mine, Sterling. Mel will be on Monday. Once again, there's somebody I wrote in my books at 7 a.m. Beverly. I have no idea. I've got nothing else. I don't have her on Zoom. I don't have her number, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe she's someplace else. I might find her. Okay, and okay, that's all I got to tell you right now. Everybody hang in there. Life is good. Cheers. Bye.